Hello, everybody. It's Barney Strom, and welcome to my YouTube channel for the last couple of weeks. We're not going to play the last couple of weeks, but we're into the last couple of weeks of my 2003 Red Sox season replay, and it's got me on the edge of my seat, and I'm going to tell you why here in a minute. But before I do, let me hit continue game and get the standings on the screen. This is one of four projects I'm currently working on. All four will wrap up between now and the end of March, which will be in 2 weeks, 13 days. The 2003 Red Sox replay, the 1946 World Series replay, and the 1973-74 NHL replay with the Boston Bruins, and the NBA replay 22-23 featuring the Boston Celtics. All four teams lost in those seasons, just trying to change history. Hopefully we can with one of those four leagues. In the meantime, let's go take a look at the standings. In 2003, as you can see down the bottom, the AL wildcard, the Boston Red Sox are 81-66, 3.5 games behind Toronto for the one and only wild card in 2003. They are 1 game behind the Athletics for that wild card. So it's a 3-team race. The New York Yankees, who had a significant lead a few weeks ago, the Toronto Blue Jays are pushing them. They're only 2 games back. They just finished 8-2 in the last 10, and the Yankees are 3-7. So Toronto could possibly upset the Yankees, and the Yankees would be the wild card in that particular case. Chicago White Sox have clinched the Central Division. They will be in the playoffs. They're at Fenway Park today. Seattle Mariners have, no, they have not clinched. They're close to clinching the AL West. In the NL East, the Braves are 3 games ahead of Philadelphia, Houston 3.5 ahead of St. Louis, and the Dodgers 2.5 ahead of San Francisco. The Cardinals are 1 game up in the wild card on Philadelphia, 3.5 games up in Florida. Anyway, if for some reason the Red Sox don't make the playoffs and win and not win, if they don't make the playoffs and are not the wild card here in 2003, I will have played this 2003 season for nothing, because the object was to get to the 7th game of the LCS and take Pedro Martinez out instead of leaving him in after he's thrown 100 pitches, thereby changing history and hopefully going to the World Series. 2003, the Red Sox are in real life, the Red Sox are 1 year away from breaking their 86-year losing streak and winning the World Series. And the other team today, the Chicago White Sox, who have won the Central Division, they're 2 years away from winning the World Series and breaking their long losing streak. I don't remember exactly how long it was, but it was long. Anyway, I've set it up. Let's play the game. For the Chicago White Sox, Roberto Alomar will lead off and play second base. Carlos Lee is in left field, batting second. Frank Thomas, the DH, hitting third. Maglio Ordonez in right field, hitting fourth. Carl Everett, fifth, in center. Brian Daubach at the first baseman. I forgot he ended up playing for the White Sox. He was a Red Sox first baseman in the last few years. Jose Valentin hitting seventh at shortstop. Joe Creedy at third base, hitting eighth, and Sandy Alomar Jr. doing the catching. That's pretty close. Not every player, but that's pretty close to the team that's going to win the 2005 World Series in real life. Johnny Damon's leading off for the Red Sox and playing center field. That snowflake next to him says he's cold. Bill Miller at third base, batting second. Todd Walker hitting third at second base. Manny Ramirez in left field, hitting cleanup. David Ortiz, the DH, fifth. Kevin Millar, sixth at first base. Jason Varitek with a flame, catching, batting seventh. Gabe Kapler in right field, hitting eighth. And Damian Jackson at shortstop. No more Garciaparra in this particular game. John Burkett pitching for the Red Sox. He's 14-5. 17-10 is Mark Burley pitching for the White Sox. Let's start the game. Here we are just before at dusk, as you can see by that gray sky. Burkett on the mound. Roberto Alomar batting. I let the computer play both managers here so I don't influence the game. And here we go. Ground ball to short. And he's going to make it. Base hit. Alomar gets an infield hit. Carlos Lee having a good season, 32 home runs, 104 runs batted in, batting .306. Alomar at first. Ground ball to third. Second. They get one runner. That's all they're going to get. Burkett facing Frank Thomas, 46 home runs, big year, 263, 115 runs batted in. Carlos Lee at first. Here's the pitch. He struck him out. Burkett's got his first strikeout of the evening. Magliodones, this is quite a lineup. I didn't pay much attention, but this is quite a lineup for the White Sox. 27 homers, 93 runs batted in, 330 average. I almost drafted the 2005 version of this team for our Diamond Legends League, but I passed. Probably made a mistake. Ground ball to second. Throw to first. They got the runner. Top half of the first is over. We head to the bottom of the first. No score. Mark Burley facing Johnny Damon. Johnny Damon, 268. 6 home runs, 58 runs batted in. Mark Burley is a left-hander. He gets the sign. Ground ball to short. Valentin up with it. Throws to first for the out. Bill Miller hitting .319, 19 home runs, 86 runs batted in. Facing Burley. Burley this year, 17-10 with a 3.40 ERA in the sim. The lefty delivers. Ground ball to short. Valentin to first. 2 up, 2 down for the Sox. Bottom of the first. Burley now to face Todd Walker. 280 hitter, 13 home runs. Lefty faces lefty. Here we go. Ground ball to first. Takes it to the bag himself. The inning is over at the end of 1. No score. We head to the top of the second. Carl Everett also played for the Red Sox. He's stepping in with 18 home runs, 231 average. Burkett gets the sign. Here's the pitch. Line drive deep in the right field. That's going to be off the wall at the 380 mark, and Everett's going to round second, head for third. Here's the throw. He slides. He's safe. And Everett leads off with a triple. Let's take a peek at that one. That was hit pretty good. Just missed going out. Kapler's got it. But Everett slides in safely. Okay, here we go. Brian Daubach, the ex-Red Sox first baseman, 5 home runs, 22 runs batted in, a 195 average, and limited duty for the White Sox. He takes called strike 3. Jose Valentin, 247. A lot of power, 31 home runs for the shortstop, 93 runs batted in. Burkett delivers, ground ball to second by Walker in the right field, base hit. Burkett allows the first run of the game, 1-0 White Sox. Joe Creedy up 15 home runs, 63 runs batted in, 256 on the season. Ground ball to short, Jackson to second for 1, over to first, double play. Inning over, we head to the bottom of the second. Burley to face Manny Ramirez, Ortiz, and Kevin Millar. 30 home runs for Manny, 118 runs batted in, 308 average. White Sox have a good team this year. Strikes him out. Bat never left his shoulders. David Ortiz became the Red Sox full-time DH in June of this season. 424 at bats, 22 home runs, 283 average. The lefty delivers, ground ball up the middle, base hit. First hit of the game for the Red Sox, Ortiz at first. Kevin Millar, 306 average, 26 home runs, 94 runs batted in. Burley delivers, line drive, center field. He dives, and he catches that ball. What a great catch. Carl Everett, we're going to look at that catch again. That was worth a second look. Burley now has got 2 outs, runner still on first. Jason Varitek, 13 homers, 53 runs batted in. 270 average. Varitek, the switch hitter, hits on the right side to right field. And that's going to be over the right fielder's head. Bounces up against the wall. Ortiz rounds thirds, coming home. There's not going to be a throw, and this game is tied at 1. Varitek doubled. Knocks in a run. Gabe Kapler. Red Sox got Kapler in a trade earlier this season. The reserve outfielder, 5 home runs, 26 runs batted in, 241 on the season, will become manager of the Tampa Bay Rays later in his career. Grounded to second, over to first for the out. Inning is over. We head to the top of the third. We're tied at 1. White Sox are going to win the Central Division. They have wrapped it up with 2 weeks to go. The Red Sox, 3 games out of the wild card, but they have to catch a very hot Toronto team who's 3.5 games up in the wild card, only 2 games behind the Yankees. Red Sox 5.5 games behind the Yankees. Sandy Alomar, 296 hitter, facing Burkett here in the top of the third. That one is long. That one is deep. That one is into the seats in left field, and it is now a 2-1 White Sox lead. That one went 385 feet. We're going to watch that one again, too. You could tell from the sound that was gone. There it is. Second row up there on the monster seats. Burkett now giving up 2 runs in the game, 4 hits, faces the top of the order, Roberto Alomar, who singled his first time up. And he's going to hit another one. That one's to right field. Kapler cuts it off, but the throw's to second. The speedy Alomar beats it standing for a double. Runner on second. Nobody out. 1 run in for the White Sox here in the top of the third. Carlos Lee 0 for 1. Fly ball. No, it's a pop-up. Looked like a fly ball, but it's in foul territory. He's out. Interesting path that ball took. Frank Thomas up now, runner on second, 1 away. Thomas with 46 home runs is 0 for 1 today. That ball hits him. 3-2 count. He hit him. Runners on first and second. Burkett in a little bit of trouble. Magliardonia's up. Red Sox try to trade Magliardonez. The Red Sox try to get him in a trade for Nomar Garciaparra, and that was called off because of the Manny Ramirez Rodriguez trade that didn't happen between Texas. That was a mess in the offseason. That trade will lead to the departure of Garciaparra in 2004, as he and the Red Sox never saw eye to eye after that moment. The pitch to Ordonez. Ground ball to short. Jackson to second for 1. Over to first. Double play. Mark Burley headed to the mound here. Bottom of the third, 2-1 White Sox. Yeah, Ordonez would have been quite the hitter in Fenway Park with that left field wall. Mark Burley now 2 innings, 2 hits, allowed a run, 1 strikeout, no walks. Will face Damian Jackson, who's playing shortstop tonight in place of Nomar Garciaparra. Damon and Bill Miller. Check swing, but he walks. If this is the first time you are watching or you haven't paid attention, I do start with as played lineups, but that's as far as it goes after the first pitch. The computer takes over, does whatever he wants. Johnny Damon up. Jackson at first. Attempted bunt. He misses it. Strike. Burley gets his sign. 2-1 pitch. There's the bunt towards third. It is going to be a successful sacrifice. Jackson to second. 1 away. Bill Miller, 318, 0 for 1 today. That ball's lined into left center field, but that's going to be caught for the out. Lee puts it away, throws it back in. Todd Walker, 2 away, runner on second. Walker's 0 for 1 today. Line drive, left field, and Lee's going to put that one away. We go to the top of the fourth. White Sox leading 2-1. Burkett, 3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs, struck out 2s, walked no one today. He will face Everett, Dahlbeck, and Valentin. Everett and Dahlbeck have played for the Red Sox in the past. Ground ball up the middle. It's in the center field. Base hit. 6th hit for the White Sox. Everett at first. Brian Dahlbeck up. He's going to bunt it to first. He's going to flip to Walker covering. And there's a successful sacrifice by the White Sox. Each team has one of them. Valentin up 31 home runs. He is 1 for 1 today with an RBI. That ball's going to be deep into left center field, high off the wall. That's going to score a run. Valentin slides, goes into second with a double. It is 3-1 White Sox. The White Sox are not helping out the Red Sox trying to close that gap. What I will do is, if the Red Sox are eliminated towards the end, I will sim out the rest of the season. We'll find out who wins the pennant, find out who wins the World Series, and the Red Sox 2003 season will go back in my bucket to be replayed at some future date. Valentin at second, Joe Creedy up. Ground ball to first. Unassisted, Millar takes it. 2 down, runner on third base. Sandy Alomar, 300 hitter on the season with 5 home runs. He homered his first time up. Fly to center field. It's deep, but Damon puts it away on the warning track. 1 run scores for the White Sox. We head to the bottom of the 4th. They're leading 3-1. Mark Burley, 3 innings pitched, 2 hits, a run, struck out 1, walked 1. Will face Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz, and Kevin Millar. Here we go. Burley gets the sign. The pitch. Walks him. Manny at first. Ortiz up 1 for 1 today. Ground ball to second. Short for 1. Over to first. Easy. 4-6-3 double play. 2 down for Kevin Millar, who is 0 for 1 on the day. Burley delivers. Base hit in the center field. Millar raises his average to 307. Varitek knocked in a run with a double his first time up. Ball gets away from the catcher. Runner stays at first. Burley delivers, and he walks him. Runner's going to be on first and second. That's 3 walks for Burley today. Gabe Kapler up. 240 hitter, 0 for 1 in the game. Ground ball past the second baseman. That should score a run. The throw to the plate. No, it's cut off. He's safe. 3-2 White Sox. Varitek at second. Kaplan first. Damian Jackson up. Jackson having a good year for a part-time player. 283 average, a couple of home runs. 13 runs batted in. Burley delivers. Fly to right. And that's the inning. We head to the top of the 5th in this quick-moving game. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for the White Sox. Red Sox, 2 runs, 4 hits, and no errors. Burkett to face. Top of the order, Alomar, Lee, and Thomas. Red Sox really need a winning streak if they're going to catch Toronto. Toronto's 8-2 in the last 10 games. Pops it up. Third baseman's got it for the out. Carlos Lee. Burkett delivers. He pops it high in the air. Millar puts that one away. 2 quick outs. Frank Thomas. Here's the pitch. Ground ball to Miller. Over to first for the out. 1-2-3 go the White Sox. We're halfway home here at Fenway Park. It is September 14th, 2003. The White Sox have clinched the Central Division. They're in the playoffs. Red Sox 3.5 games back of the wild card. They need to win. Top of the order, Damon Miller and Walker to face Mark Burley. Damon walks Burley's fourth walk of the game. Four walks against one strikeout. Bill Miller up. Miller 0 for 2. Switch hitter. Hits it in the left field. That's going to drop in front of the left field. The base hit, and the Red Sox have the first two runners on here in the bottom of the fifth. Todd Walker 0 for 2. Will they have him bunt? Let's find out. No, swings away, hits it in the right field. It's down the line, into the corner, is going to score a run. Walker's going to go into second standing with a double, and this ball game is tied at 3. Single runs in the second, third, and fourth for the White Sox, and for the Red Sox in the single runs in the second, fourth, and so far one in the fifth. Nobody out. Runners on second and third. Manny Ramirez up. Mark Burley delivers. Ground ball to third. The runners are going to have to hold. And he is out at first. David Ortiz steps in. Infield in. Base hit up the middle. Will this score 1? Will it score 2? Let's find out. Here comes the runner to the plate. It will score 2 runs, and the Red Sox lead 5-3. David Ortiz singles in 2 runs. His second hit of the day. And up comes Kevin Millar, 1 for 2. Ortiz at first. Burley still in the game. High pop up to the infield. Second baseman's got it for the out. Alomar tosses back to Burley. Jason Varitek, who's 1 for 1 with an RBI. Ortiz at first, 2 outs for the Red Sox. Burley delivers. He checks his swing, but it's a called strike 3, and the inning is over. But not before the Red Sox score 3 runs. We head to the top of the 6th, 5-3 Boston. Back and forth game today. Not terribly well pitched, but the hitting's been timely. Burkett, 5 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs. Struck out 2, walked nobody. Faces Ordonez, Everett, and Daubach. Taps it in front of the mound. Varitek to first for the out. 1 down. Carl Everett up. Burkett delivers. That ball's hit to center field. Damon's got it. 2 down. And Brian Daubach 0 for 1 today. He takes called strike 3. Burkett paints the outside corner. We head to the bottom of the 6th, 5-3 Boston. Gabe Kapler, number 8 hitter, followed by Jackson, and then the top of the order, Damon. Scott Sullivan comes in to pitch for the White Sox, replacing Burley. Sullivan 5-2 in the year, 2.48 ERA, 72 innings pitched, only 53 hits. He is having a good year. Gets the sign. He delivers. He strikes him out on a called strike 3. Damian Jackson 0 for 1 facing Sullivan. Looks like he hits him with a pitch. Damian Jackson on first. Johnny Damon up 0 for 1. Sullivan checks the runner, delivers to right field. That ball is caught for the out. It was hit well, but Ordonez got under it. 2 away, runner on first. Bill Miller up 1 for 3 tonight. Sullivan's pitch. There goes the runner. Jackson slides. He's safe. Miller with a runner in scoring position. Red Sox looking for some insurance. Sullivan delivers. Ground ball to second. Easy play to first. The inning is over. Head to the seventh, 5-3 Boston. Boston, let's check and see what the scoreboard has to say. Out-of-town scoreboard. 1-0 Minnesota. Kansas City 7-0 over Detroit. Atlanta losing 4-2 to Florida. 3-2 Montreal over the Mets. 4-0 Yankees over Tampa Bay. Pittsburgh leading Philly 2-1. Texas and Oakland tied at 1. Is Toronto playing today? 3-0 Colorado over Arizona. The Cubs 7-0 over Cincinnati. St. Louis 4, Houston 3. Milwaukee, San Francisco yet to start. Anaheim at Seattle yet to start. San Diego at the Dodgers on the West Coast, and Baltimore leading Toronto 5-1. That's what I wanted to see. Red Sox leading today. Toronto losing. This will, if they can finish this way, the Red Sox will only be 2.5 back in the wild card. And I'll have a little more hope. Burkett facing Valentin 2-for-2 today here in the 7th. To right field, Kapler's got it for the out. Joe Creedy 0-for-2. Swing and a miss. 2 quick outs for the White Sox. Sandy Alomar, vicious home run his first time up. He's 1-for-2 today. Base hit in the right field. Alomar's having a good day. Tying run comes to the plate. Roberto Alomar, 5 home runs, 270 hitter. Runner on first. Burkett delivers. To center field it goes, but Damons puts it away to end at the top of the 7th. We head to the bottom of the 7th. 5-3 Boston. Scott Sullivan facing Todd Walker, Manny Ramirez, David Ortiz. Sullivan pitched 1 inning. This is his 2nd inning of relief. Fly to center field. 1 down. Manny Ramirez. Ground ball up the middle, past Valentin was the shortstop. The second baseman is Alomar, and it was past him for single. Ramirez raises the average to 308. He's at first, 1 away for David Ortiz, 2-for-3 with 2 runs batted in today. The pitch. He hits him. Runners on first and second. 1 out for the Red Sox. Kevin Millar up 1-for-3. Scott Sullivan still on the mound. Ground ball to short, going to be thrown to second for 1. Over to first. 6-4-3 double play. The inning is over. We head to inning number 8. 5-3 Boston. Burkett still on the mound. Stamina is getting into the red. We most likely will have a relief pitcher sometime this inning. Burkett facing the dangerous Carlos Lee, followed by the dangerous Frank Thomas and the dangerous Magglio Ordonez. All 3 guys can hit the ball out of the park. Line drive. Millar's got it. Frank Thomas up 0-for-2 today. Center field it goes. Base hit. That was hit solid. Brings the tying run up in the form of Ordonez, who's 0 for 3. Scott Williamson, 4-11 on the season. 6.75 ERA, comes in to pitch. Runner at first. Slow roller up the middle. Nothing's going to happen. Has to pick it up. That's going to be an infield hit. Aaron Reed comes by. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? First and second. Runner on first is the tying run. Go-ahead run in the form of Carl Everett up. 1 out. Scott Williamson on the mound for the Red Sox. Red Sox need this game. Williamson gets the sign. Strikes him out. 2 down. Brian Daubach, first baseman, ex-Red Sox player playing for the White Sox. Williamson delivers. He walks and the bases are now loaded. Tying run on second. Go-ahead run on first. Jose Valentin, who's 2 for 3 today with a couple of runs batted in, facing Scott Williamson. Bases loaded. The pitch. Pops it up in foul territory, and Varitek got it for the out. The White Sox leave the bases loaded in the 8th. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, 5-3 Boston. 2 weeks to go in the season, Aaron. Yankees 2 games up on Toronto. Toronto is the wild card. They're 3.5 games up on the Red Sox. White Sox have clinched the Central Division. They will be in the playoffs. Bottom of the 8th. Varitek, Kapler, and Jackson, bottom third of the Red Sox order to face Setsu Yofu. Never heard of him. 1-1. He's only pitched 3.2 innings on the season. Must be a late season call-up for the White Sox. They don't need to win this game, but the Red Sox do. Fly ball to left. They got it in front of the wall. Ordonez puts it away. Carlos Lee, sorry. Ordonez is in right field. Yofu facing Kapler. High infield pop-up. Valentin puts it away for the out. And Damian Jackson 0 for 1 today. The number 9 hitter. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. We head to inning number 9. Red Sox 5. White Sox 3. If the Red Sox win today and Toronto loses, the Red Sox will be 2.5 games out of the wild card. With about 2 weeks to go in the season, Byung-Hyun Kim, the closer, is in for the Red Sox. Not a fabulous year, but he is their closer. 8 wins, 13 losses, 5.18 ERA. Will face Creedy Alomar, then the top of the order, with another Alomar. Here we go. The pitch. He walks the lead runner. You never walk the lead runner in the 9th inning when you got a 2-run lead. Sandy Alomar Jr. stepping in, represents the tying run. Kim's delivery. Pops it up. It's over the second baseman's head in the right field, and there's runners on first and second. Just like that, tying run on first. Go-ahead run, steps to the plate. Roberto Alomar up. Kim checks the runners. The pitch. Attempted bunt. Foul ball. To right field. Kapler moving in, puts it away. He tried a bunt, but he ended up with 2 balls and 2 strikes on him, so had to swing away. Kim, there's by the way, a pinch runner on second base. Jorge Nunez at second, Sandy Alomar at first. Carlos Lee steps to the plate. Lee today 0 for 4. Byung-Hyun Kim looking to save it for the Red Sox. To center field. Damon's got it for the out. One out away from sealing a victory for the Red Sox. Kim facing Willie Harris is the designated hitter. He's coming on. He's either pinch hitting or he came on to pinch hit, and I didn't pay attention. Anyway, he's up against Kim. They want a lefty against the righty. Here we go. Tying run on first. The pitch. Ground ball to third. Miller up with it. Throws to first. The Red Sox win 5-3. There we go as we head to the write-up. Boston tacks a 5-3 loss on Chicago. John Burkett, who is a two-time All-Star, propelled his team to victory over the White Sox. The final score, 5-3. Boston is now 82-66. Chicago 92-57. Second baseman Todd Walker made an impact for Boston when he swatted a run-scoring double off Mark Burley in the bottom of the fifth. For the contest, Walker went 1 for 4 in a double. What's not to like about a win? Well, let's look at the pitching lines. For the White Sox, Burley took the loss. He's 17-11, 5 innings, 7 hits, 5 runs, all earned, struck out 2, walked 4. Sullivan came in, pitched 2 innings of 1 hit relief. And Yofu, who Aaron Reed doesn't think exists. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't, but he existed today. He pitched 1 inning. Burkett's the winner. He's now 15-5 for the Red Sox, 7 1/3, 9 hits, 3 runs, all earned, struck out 4, walked nobody. Williamson gets the whole 2/3 of an inning, allowed a hit, struck out 1, walked 1, and Kim gets his 13th save, allowed a hit, and had a walk. Let's leave the game. Finish today and check the scores. Toronto lost. The Athletics won, and the Red Sox won. They're both 7-3. The Athletics remain 1.5 games out of the wild card. The Red Sox 2.5. Toronto lost, but the Yankees won, and so now Toronto is 3 games back in the division, and of course that X means that the White Sox have clinched. Let's take a look and see what we got next week for next week's game. I believe the last day of the season is the 28th. I don't believe there's any games in October. There is not. Well, if the Red Sox are still alive, they're going to be at Cleveland after 4 games here against Tampa Bay. Next week, they'll be at Cleveland. If they're still alive in the wild card, we will be at Cleveland for that game on the 21st. Anyway, you want to know how the Reds are doing? I don't know. Let's look. The Cincinnati Reds, 45 wins, 104 losses. They must not have had a good year in 2003. There you go. Thank you for checking in, Aaron. I appreciate it. I want to thank anybody who's been watching the game, even if you haven't checked in. If you enjoy it, that's fine. We've got a couple of other sims working. We've got this 1946 World Series. Probably play that one tomorrow. That series is tied up 1 apiece, St. Louis and Boston. We're coming to the end of my NBA and NHL replays. I'm doing 73 and 74 in the NHL. We will broadcast the playoffs. I have not broadcast any of the regular season games. And the 2022-23 NBA Celtics, both the Celtics and the Bruins lost those championships, and they had great teams in those years. We will play those playoffs. Both teams will be in the playoffs, and we will do those online. And then in April, we'll start our Red Sox historical tournament with all 125 Red Sox teams to see who the best Red Sox team is. Anyway, thanks for coming in. I hope you enjoy your Wednesday. We will catch you all tomorrow night. Have a nice evening, everybody.